Most people think the rich are just lucky, born into the right family, stumbled into the right investment. But the truth is far more brutal. Rich people don't just have more money, they think in a completely different way, and the mindset you choose right now will absolutely decide where you end up in the next 5 years. Today, we're breaking down the psychology of the rich versus the poor. We'll be talking about the invisible habits and the subconscious beliefs that keep millions of people stuck in a cycle of just getting by. While a small percentage seem to escape that cycle and build wealth almost effortlessly, so if you genuinely want to change your financial future, you have to start by changing the way you think. It's not about what's in your wallet. It's about what's in your head. Let's start with the most fundamental difference: how they see money. For someone with a poor mindset, money is something you spend. It's a reward for working hard. You get your paycheck, and the first thought is, what can I buy with this? New shoes, the latest gadget, a fancy dinner out. The goal is instant pleasure, immediate gratification. It's a tool for consumption. But for someone with a rich mindset, money is something you multiply. They treat every single dollar like a soldier in an army, ready to be deployed. Before they spend, they ask one critical question: will this purchase help me grow? They see money as a tool for creation, not just consumption. They invested in new skills, better tools for their business, or assets that will generate more money down the line. Luxuries come last, only after their money has been put to work. Next, let's talk about how they see time. This is a big one. The poor mindset says, I'll start tomorrow. Time is something to be killed. It's reactive. It's spent scrolling through social media, binge-watching shows, and avoiding difficult tasks. It's a constant state of procrastination, waiting for the perfect moment that never actually arrives. The rich mindset, on the other hand, says, I'll start right now. They understand that time is their single most valuable, non-renewable asset. They are fiercely intentional with it. Every hour is an opportunity to learn, to build, to network, to improve. Where the poor kill time, the rich invest it. They know that the small, consistent actions they take today are what build the empire of tomorrow. Now, let's look at how they make decisions. The poor mindset makes decisions based on fear. The driving thoughts are, what if I fail? What if I lose the money I have? What will people think of me? This fear keeps them in their comfort zone, preventing them from ever taking the risks necessary for growth. The rich mindset, however, makes decisions based on calculated risk. They ask a different set of questions. What if this works out spectacularly? What's the potential upside? Even if it fails, what valuable lesson will I learn from it? The poor are terrified of failure and do everything to avoid it. The rich welcome failure. They see it not as an end, but as essential data, as fuel for their next attempt. They understand that the only way to win big is to be willing to lose small along the way. This leads directly to how they see opportunities. Someone with a poor mindset sees a challenge and immediately thinks, that's too hard, or that's not for people like me. They see brick walls everywhere. They believe that big opportunities are reserved for a special, privileged few. The rich mindset looks at the exact same challenge and asks, how can I make this work? They believe opportunity is everywhere. It just requires the right perspective to see it. Where the poor see insurmountable obstacles, the rich see systems to be built, leverage to be applied, and possibilities waiting to be unlocked. They don't wait for doors to open. They look for ways to build their own doors. And what about how they see themselves? This is at the core of everything. The poor mindset often comes with a fixed identity. I'm just not a numbers person. I'm not smart enough to start a business. I wasn't born with the right connections or privileges. They believe their traits and abilities are set in stone. The rich mindset embraces a flexible identity. They think, I can become who I need to be to achieve this. They know that skills can be learned, Knowledge can be acquired, and confidence is something you build through action, not something you're born with. They see themselves as a work in progress, constantly evolving and upgrading their own capabilities. Finally, let's touch on how they manage their emotions. The poor mindset is constantly chasing dopamine. It seeks comfort, avoids discomfort, and gets distracted by every shiny new object or fleeting emotion. Their actions are dictated by how they feel in the moment. I don't feel motivated today, so I won't work on my project. The rich mindset chooses discipline over emotion. They do the hard work, whether they feel like it or not. Their progress isn't dependent on their mood. It's dependent on their habits and their systems. They've built a structure for success that operates even when motivation wanes, because they know that feelings are temporary, but discipline builds a legacy. So you see, the rich aren't fundamentally different by birth. They are different by belief. Their wealth is a byproduct of their mindset, and the most powerful truth is that you can change your beliefs. The moment you start thinking differently about money, time, failure, and yourself, your entire reality begins to shift. Because wealth isn't just created in a bank, it's created in the mind, long before it ever shows up in your bank account. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button for more content to help you build a life of freedom and abundance. See you in the next one!